Yeah, the
It's
dried
okay?
shrimp. The dried shrimp is okay. Yeah.
That's where we've had the most success.
Ball has contributed enormously to resolution to the mystery. Critics like Jeanette, who see all literature as engaged in this game of information, look with suspicion upon any fiction that does not play it. They can conclude that a literary work is withholding some truth, and even that it rejects truth and reality in general, if it does not put on this theater of veiling and then unveiling some predetermined data. There are many reasons this issue matters to the history of literary criticism. One of them has to do with a long-standing misconception that many critics harbor about what we now call modernist literature. For reasons I have elaborated elsewhere, literary criticism has long been invested in portraying modernist literature as cryptic, as encased in a subjectivity that is withdrawn from larger realities, and even from truth in general. Jeanette contends that Hemingway's story must be withholding some predetermined but never disclosed information, and this kind of structural truth, so-called, has been very useful to this long-standing critical philosophy. Like Jeanette, the theorist Miki Ball has contributed enormously to
In the good old summertime, all America looks to the water for fun, frolic, and relief from oppressive heat, and millions flock to the glistening white beaches, while for youngsters all over the country, the good old swimming hole becomes an aquatic paradise. Music, a beautiful girl and a canoe, a perfect setting for romance and happiness, but also a situation beset with lurking danger for the unwary. Someone somewhere in America is snatched from certain death by drowning. A boat capsizes. A swimmer ventures beyond the limits of his strength. Some accident befalls the incautious, and the cry is raised for help, help. Forever ready to answer this call are volunteer lifesavers trained by the Red Cross. Alert men and women who must not only bring the luckless victim to shore, but must fight on and on to restore the breath of human life. In this ceaseless fight for humanity, Red Cross instructors cover the country to train additional thousands in life-saving and the resuscitation of those whom they have rescued. Always better than the pound of cure, the Red Cross offers its ounce of prevention, supplying suggestions that have time and again removed the causes of common accidents in homes or on the farm, while instruction in salvaging the human wrecks of accidental tragedies goes steadily on, with new thousands qualified each year to administer that initial aid which so often means life itself to the victim. Always better than the pound of cure.
godlike and ever-present external focalizer would have to know what that answer is. Would have to know what that answer is. For an example of how these metaphysics animate even literary criticism that seems to have nothing to do with narratology, that seems to have nothing to do with narratology. We can look at the highly single character. The author does not tell us immediately all that he knows. Inevitably brings about bias and limitation according to Jeanette, narrative. Both Hemingway's story and exemplary proof of this premise put us in the same epistemological condition because the author has not told us all that he knows about the hero. Like Jeanette, but how exactly could we ever determine whether there has been full disclosure and clarifying concepts we use to discuss what information would assure us that everything has been revealed? Metaphysics permeate to answer that question. The critic must unconsciously draw her 1997 book to designate the question whose answer will then be considered the ultimate revelation, which is a point of view in the contract Jeanette imposes on Hemingway's story. The designated question is of the thoughts and feelings of the hero. Jeanette asserts that if an answer to this particular question had been provided by the fiction, the author would have given us, quote, all that he knows. The astute Peter Brooks, for instance, has given us instructive narratological analyses of Conrad's Heart of Darkness that are never signaled in any way by the text depends heavily on the idea that the story is structured really telling, however, symmetrical is that the moment narratology what utters this filtering metaphor, in a footnote, however, he acknowledges that upon remember that the promise of narratology
lectures
at its
as
birth
inspirations
was that
and
it offers
also
objective
invitations to
tools
dive
of analysis
deeper
that are
into
not
what
dependent
interests
on the
you most.
vagaries of mere
The
interpretation.
hook, hold and
As
payoff
Jeanette writes,
of the
quote,
recipient's
"That which has to do
attention
with
and emotional
interpretation
interest
does not
mentioned
lie
by
within
McKee
the province
are
of
topics that
narratology," end
will
quote,
come up from
even if
time
it
to
is
time
never
in this
signaled
course,
by the
as it
text.
really concerns all
Why?
kinds of stories.
Because
Be
the
it movies,
godlike and
TV series,
ever-present
series,
external
transmedia,
focalizer
or games.
would have to know what
We
that
will
answer
please
is.
watch the videos Josh Turnbull,
For an
sign him up,
example of how these
and the Dog
metaphysics
vs. Frisbee
animate
video
even
first,
literary
which are
criticism
linked and
that seems to
included
have nothing
underneath
to do
the
with
upcoming
narratology.
section.
Dry shrimp?
Yeah, the
It's
dried
okay?
shrimp. The dried shrimp is okay. Yeah.